Well, we made it. It's the end of 2024. It's been a very long and crazy year, but it's time to take a look at some of the best tactical shooters on the market right now and give you guys my top 10 tactical shooters as of December 2024. Now, there are several really good-looking games on the horizon that may be on next year's list, but for now, we are sticking strictly to what is currently playable on Steam and other service providers. Now, you may love this list, and if so, that's great. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you disagree with me on anything I'm about to cover, let me know what you would have done differently. So any and all feedback is appreciated, and just know that if you do subscribe, you are among my favorite human beings on this planet. Enough of all that. Here's my thoughts on my top 10 tactical shooters of 2024. Number 10, Rainbow Six Siege. What can I say? For almost 10 years, Ubisoft has been faithfully milking this title for all it's worth. Believe it or not, Siege is still an extremely popular tactical shooter game in 2024. I love a good milsim game, so it's hard for me personally to look past all the silliness of the weapon skins and cartoonish operators, but at its core, Rainbow Six Siege is a very well done round-based tactical shooter, albeit tactics not necessarily grounded in realism, but tactics nonetheless. The fact that you can manipulate the environment to better suit your defensive or offensive strategies, and you're allowed a host of tools to do so, is a W for gaming in general, regardless of personal preference on aesthetics. If in the off chance Ubisoft or any other developer is watching this video, here's a winning idea. Take the game with the foundational gameplay elements of Rainbow Six Siege, but instead of spamming new operators and silly skins every 10 minutes, make the game as visceral and realistic as possible. Imagine Rainbow Six Siege with the grittiness of, say, Escape from Tarkov. You're welcome. Now, I don't see Siege going anywhere anytime soon. We'll probably get another 3 to 5 years out of the current title before advances in technology make the current game obsolete and a remake is required. If you do like to play shooter games that require strategy, teamwork, and communication, it's hard to find a better option than Rainbow Six Siege. Number 9. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Now, Breakpoint isn't all that different from its predecessor, Ghost Recon Wildlands. You can run around a tropical island with your crew of stranded merry men and kill the bad guys. Oh, and Shane from The Walking Dead wears a mask and calls himself a wolf. I'm a wolf. If every game on this list was the same, it wouldn't be much of a list, so I included a fan favorite that loosely fits the mold of tactical shooter. Ghost Recon Breakpoint is an interesting one. It's hard to call it a, quote, tactical shooter in the same way that you would struggle to call an eggplant a fruit, but it can be. It does require some effort on your end, though. With some tweaks to the settings and a handful of mods like the Spartan mod, you can make this less of a Ubisoft game and more, well, good. The game already looks beautiful, but if you want to make it look better, just turn off all the ugly HUD that distracts from any real sense of immersion and crank up the difficulty. I wish you could get rid of all the over-the-top drone stuff and make it more of a Wildlands vibe, but all in all, the open world is ripe with cool experiences if you aren't looking for anything too serious. Number 8, Insurgency Sandstorm. Insurgency Sandstorm is one of those games I install and play just to scratch a certain gaming itch. It's one of the most uninstalled and reinstalled games in my Steam library. Now, what keeps me coming back? Well, I think it's the survival game mode. In this mode, your main goal is to eventually extract from the area. Along the way, you navigate the map, complete objectives, and survive the ongoing threat of randomly spawning enemies. You have 1 life per objective, so if you die, you won't respawn until your team secures the current location. When your team does successfully secure a location, you are awarded each with your own mystery weapons crate. When you open your mystery crate, you get what you get. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. Sometimes you have to channel John Wick with just your pistol in a dream.
Kill them all.
Random enemy spawns and an insanely fast time to kill make this an extremely enjoyable experience, either solo or with friends. The PvP can be fun too, but survival is where it's at. Number 7. Grayzone Warfare. In Grayzone Warfare, you drop into a jungle via helicopter with whatever gear you're willing to risk losing. You shoot AI enemies, the occasional player, and take everything you can fit in your bag and extract. There was a lot of buzz surrounding Grayzone Warfare this year. The word on the street was that it was the death knell for Escape from Tarkov, but everyone that has played Escape from Tarkov knows that only Nikita can kill Escape from Tarkov, and sometimes it really does feel like he's trying. So no, Grayzone Warfare did not kill Escape from Tarkov, but it is well on its way to the top of this list if the developers can keep it fun and relevant in this very niche gaming space. It took Battlestate Games 8 years to get Escape from Tarkov to where it is today, and Grayzone Warfare already has a good foundation to build on with good graphics and even more potential. If Madfinger Games doesn't screw it up and continues listening to the player base as it develops, I think Grayzone Warfare has a very bright future. Number 6. 6 Days in Fallujah. Command a squad of Marines in the early 2000s and relive their PTSD. That is actually the marketing pitch for this game. You go door to door in this lovely neighborhood with your squad and kill every military-aged male that answers the door with a beard and a kufi.
Military-aged male!
The devs seem keen on maintaining a historical precedent, so I don't know what that means for the future content on this title. After all, there's only one Fallujah. But I am excited for what Atomic Games has in the pipeline for future games. I can see them doing similar things from World War II to modern day, and in my opinion, gaming needs way more content like this. There is an entire player base out there craving realism, and only a handful of developers seemingly willing to fill the order. Number 5, Hell Let Loose and Squad 44. I like Hell Let Loose for all the same reasons I listed last time, plus 4 major updates adding content ranging from new maps, faction reworks, to major bug fixes. It's been a good year for Hell Let Loose, and it's been just as good a year for Squad 44. Now, what the hell is Squad 44, you may be asking? Well, it's a rebranded postscriptum. Offworld Industries owns this title now alongside its largely successful Modern Warfare predecessor, Squad. Squad 44 has had 2 very significant updates in the last 12 months, adding tanks and major bug fixes, but more importantly, the announcement of the Pacific Theater. Iwo Jima is coming to Squad 44 in early 2025. Now, in fairness, I'm not a huge World War II guy after what the gaming industry has done to us with World War II games for the past 20 years.
I promise I'll do what you say.
But both Squad 44 and Hell Let Loose are much better than any Call of Duty game out there, that's for sure. If you like historically accurate World War II sims, you will enjoy both of these titles thoroughly. My only gripe with games like this is the sheer amount of running that you have to do. You may actually reach your destination like 3 out of 10 times. The other 7 lives are spent getting cut down by a machine gun coming from a bush 100 meters away, or a random mortar landing at your feet. But such is war. Number 4, Ground Branch. Ground Branch has something that none of these other games do. It's actually less of a game and more of an operations simulator. Ground Branch allows you to live out your fantasy as a Delta operator, or any bearded Chad faction for that matter. They give you all the kit that you could ask for and let you customize it to your liking within the realm of reality, of course. So no pink weapon skins. Sorry, kids. You can choose your mission location, how many enemies you want to deal with. Are you defusing bombs or grabbing intel? The choice is yours. The AI in Ground Branch range in skill from blind and stupid to I just spawned in, what happened? The game offers something for creative folks as well. If you want to get some cool tactical screenshots with the debug camera, or create tactical team footage with your tactical nerd buddies, this is one to check out. Or maybe you just need a shooter that you can hop on, not think too hard, just curate your own missions and get lost for an hour. It's worth the $20 anyway. Number 3, Squad. In my opinion, Squad is still the top dog in the large-scale modern milsim market. If your PC can handle it without burning down your house, I highly recommend maxing out your graphics settings, especially the particle effects for explosions. Choose your loadout, find a spawn point within 10 miles of your objective, and proceed to hoof it for 30 minutes while getting bitched at by your squad leader for not shoveling the fob. If you've been feeling too confident lately and you need an ego check or some hurt feelings, choose the engineer role and just run straight into the fight and ignore your orders. It's a very passionate community. And there's this. Squad is without a doubt a team game. Like Hell Let Loose and Squad 44, you work with your team to control the battlefield. Maybe you want to run an Abrams tank and blow the insurgents' technicals to high hell. Or maybe you would rather play a support role and build spawn beacons. Personally, I like to take the high ground, flank the enemy, and spread fear and panic in their ranks with random RPG fire and grenades. War how you want to war. Number 2, Escape from Tarkov. So you think your game is hard. Your game isn't hard. Listen, bud, you haven't experienced true loss and depression until you've been killed by a scav with a LEDX in your pocket just 3 days into the wipe. Now, 20% of you understand that reference. The rest of you, well, I'm happy for you. One doesn't play Escape from Tarkov to find happiness. One only plays Escape from Tarkov to escape reality, only then to realize that reality is less depressing.
Okay, I know I have a laser. What is happening?
Don't get too attached to a loadout. You're gonna lose it. Don't get too attached to rubles. You're gonna spend them. Don't underestimate a skinny Russian with a broken shotgun. He'll kill you with buckshot from like a mile away. Now, occasionally you get lucky and kill a juiced out player, escape with all of his loot, and the dopamine hit after hearing this sound is enough to keep you wanting more. If you haven't subjected yourself to this game as of 2024, it may, and I say this cautiously, may be worth trying out. But be ready to spend more money than you want, and if you end up liking it, be ready to spend even more money to accommodate your hoarding obsession. Number 1, Ready or Not. Ready or Not puts you in the shoes of a SWAT officer in the fictional town of Los Sueños, loosely based on Los Angeles. Now, we all know that Los Angeles is a shithole, and in Los Sueños, it's no different. Child traffickers, violent gangs, terrorist groups, and criminal tech companies, all with their own goals and ambitions. It's your job to stop these dirtbags with all the freedom seeds you can carry on your rig. The less people you kill, the higher you score, but the less fun you have. I personally don't negotiate with terrorists, and child predators don't get an opportunity to surrender. But hey, I'm good with average scores if it means serving up a magazine of justice. Ready or Not has added 2 DLC packs called Home Invasion and Dark Waters. Both offer up unique gameplay opportunities, new weapons, and immersive environments. If you like tactical games, and for whatever reason you haven't played Ready or Not, you're missing out. The vanilla experience is great, but if you want to have even more fun, try some of the countless mod offerings, from maps to weapons or even AI behaviors. This is a great game to try with a group of friends. Void Interactive continues to knock it out of the park and deliver new and engaging content regularly. Well, that's it, folks. That's my top 10 tactical shooters of 2024. Thank you so much for watching. Sub if you want. I'll be back.